Hello students, in this video we will continue the story Around the World in 80 Days. We are on page 50, so please go to page 50 in your student book. I will play the audio for you for the story on 50 and 51, and then we will answer the questions for exercise 3 and 4. All right. Number 1, before we do the audio, is asking, what has Fix been doing during this part of the story? What do you think will happen now? So remember, Fix is the detective that is chasing Fogg and Passepartout. Phileas Fogg and Jean Passepartout. So Fogg had the idea to go around the world in 80 days, and Jean Passepartout is his companion, his helper. So Fix is waiting on an arrest warrant and trying to trap them. So what do you think will happen now? I am sure that they will have problems, but I am sure that they will overcome. So listen to the audio and read along in your book.
Lesson E, pages 50 and 51. 2. Listen and read the story.
Around the World in 80 Days, Episode 4. They arrived in Calcutta on October 25th. They planned to take the boat to Hong Kong immediately so Aouda would be safe, but a policeman met them at the train station. "Phileas Fogg and Jean Passepartout, you are under arrest." Fogg and Passepartout had to go to the police station. Aouda went with them. When they arrived, they saw some angry priests. They thought they were angry because they had rescued Aouda. But no, one of the priests put Passepartout's shoes on the table. "Mr. Passepartout," said the judge, "you entered a temple with your shoes on. You have to go to prison for 15 days. Mr. Fogg, you have to go to prison for a week because you should have told him our laws. Or you can pay a fine of £2,000. "I'll pay," said Fogg. He gave the judge the money and left. Fix had been watching in a corner. He was very annoyed. Once again, he had no choice but to follow them. After some rough weather, the boat arrived in Hong Kong one day late. They discovered that Aouda's cousin had left the city 2 years ago. "Oh no! What will I do?" asked Aouda. "You can continue on the journey with us," said Fogg. He sent Passepartout to buy 3 tickets to Yokohama, Japan. Passepartout found out that the boat was leaving that evening, not the next morning. He was on his way to tell Fogg when Fix came into the ticket office. The arrest warrant had not arrived in Hong Kong, and Fix had decided he had to tell Passepartout everything. He needed his help to keep Fogg in Hong Kong until the warrant came. He invited Passepartout for a drink. "Passepartout, I'm going to tell you the truth," said Fix. "I'm a detective. My job is to arrest Mr. Fogg. He stole thousands of pounds from the Bank of England." "That's not true," said Passepartout. "Mr. Fogg is an honest and honorable man." Fix was desperate. He put some special medicine into Passepartout's drink, and he fell asleep at the table. The next morning, Fogg and Aouda went to the port to get on the boat to Yokohama. They found out then that it had sailed the night before. Fix was waiting for them. He pretended to be surprised about the change in schedule. Fogg calmly searched for another boat. Once again, Fix was annoyed when Fogg found one that could take them to Shanghai, where they could catch a boat to Japan. Fogg kindly invited Fix to travel with them. Meanwhile, they couldn't find Passepartout anywhere. They had to leave without him. There was bad weather on the journey, and the boat arrived late in Shanghai. They saw their boat in the distance, already on its way to Japan. "Raise the flag and fire the cannon," said Fogg. The boat stopped, and they climbed on board.
All right, that's getting exciting. Detective Fix has almost gotten him. But we don't know if Fogg is really guilty or not, so we'll have to pay attention in the next episode. But for now, let's go to number 3. It says circle the correct options to complete the sentences. So number 1, Passepartout was arrested because he had... Why was he arrested? You entered a temple with your shoes on. So, Passepartout was arrested because he had worn shoes in a temple. Number 2, they did not go to prison because Fogg paid the fine or Fogg said they were sorry. Let's go find the answer. Or you can pay a fine. "I'll pay," said Fogg. So they did not go to prison because Fogg paid the fine. So fine is in Spanish what you would say multa. Multa. Number 3, Fix told Passepartout the truth because he wanted to arrest him or he needed his help. All right, let's go. So the arrest warrant was not there. He needed his help to keep Fogg. So he needed Passepartout's help to keep Fogg in Hong Kong. So Fix told Passepartout the truth because he needed his help. Passepartout believed or did not believe what Fix said about Fogg. All right. Right there. "That's not true," said Passepartout. "Mr. Fogg is an honest and honorable man." So, Passepartout did not believe what Fix said about Fogg. Number 5, Fix made Passepartout go to sleep so Fogg would miss the boat. All right, let's find it. He put some medicine into Passepartout's drink, so he fell asleep. The next morning, Fogg and Alda went to the port to get on the boat, but it had already left. So Fix made Passepartout go to sleep so Fogg would miss the boat because Passepartout had the information and the tickets. So if he was asleep, Fogg would miss the boat. Number 6, Fogg and Alda missed the boat because they slept late or they didn't know the new time. All right, so the next morning they went. Fix was waiting for them. He pretended not to know. All right, they did not sleep late. They were there. They did not know the new time because Fix put something in Passepartout's drink to make him go to sleep. All right, there you go. Let's go to number 4. Where did Fogg decide to travel when he missed the boat to Japan? All right. Fogg found one that would take them to Shanghai. So your answer is Fogg decided to travel to Shanghai. There you go. Number 2, what did Fogg do to stop the boat that was going to Japan? What did he do? There was bad weather, they arrived late, they saw their boat in the distance on its way to Japan. Fogg said, raise the flag and fire the cannon. So, what did Fogg do? Fogg said, raise the flag and fire the cannon. All right, so raise the flag and fire the cannon. That got the attention of the boat. So that is it for page 50 and 51. This was episode 4 of Around the World in 80 Days. I hope you enjoyed it. The story is getting very interesting. In the next video, we will work on page 52, talking about the future.